Ayo, back at it again with another video. Thank you all for watching. I greatly appreciate it. So I kind of came up with the idea of how to rebuild the ACC because with the next wave of realignment, it's looking like teams like Miami, Georgia Tech, Clemson, Florida State, North Carolina State are kind of looking to move on. Right now, there's a bunch of lawsuits. Clemson, Florida State trying to leave. So if they leave, then there's probably going to be an exodus of schools. So how do we rebuild the ACC once a handful of schools leave? Notre Dame currently within the ACC. Notre Dame is notorious for having football independence. So their Olympic sports are in the ACC. Army and Navy are currently in the American Athletic Conference. Could you imagine Notre Dame and the service academies in a conference together? I think that would be pretty interesting. Duke, I don't see them getting an invite from either the Big 12 or the Big 10 or the SEC, mainly because, I don't know, I don't think basketball will get them that Power 2 invite. Duke, Rice, you got two Texas schools. You got SMU, you got Rice, you got Syracuse sticks around, Wake Forest sticks around, Boston College sticks around, Cal and Stanford stick around, Pitt, and three more additions: Liberty, Tulane, and UConn. So you have Notre Dame plus the three service academies: Duke, Rice, Syracuse, Wake Forest, Boston College, SMU, Liberty, Tulane, Cal, Stanford, Pitt, and UConn. So you get the East Coast covered with schools like UConn, Pitt, Syracuse, Wake Forest, Boston College. You get two teams in Texas. You got Louisiana. You got Army, Navy, and Air Force. Air Force is in Colorado. Kind of bridge to California teams, Cal and Stanford. I could see if that is a very interesting possibility. Other schools that might, BYU, they're private. Also, kind of like Notre Dame in the sense that they've been historically, they like their independence. I thought of that as a possibility. A couple other schools that I thought about. TCU, but I didn't think TCU would leave the Big 12 for the ACC. So Tulane. I think maybe, I don't know. I thought about, what was it, Temple, but I was like, I don't know. You kind of have a bunch of schools already up here. If you add Temple, I don't know how well that would fit, just because you already have a bunch of schools along the Atlantic coast. You have California. You have a couple in Texas, Louisiana, Air Force is in Colorado. So you capture a bunch of different media markets. Very interesting hypothetical. So ACC loses schools. How do you rebuild the ACC? This is kind of the style that I would go towards. You got Notre Dame private. All the Air Force academies are federal institutions. Duke is private. Rice is private. I think the only ones on here that are public are Cal. I think Pitt is public, but I'm not sure. And I know that UConn is public. So I tried to kind of keep it focused towards more private institutions. I think this would be interesting. Also of note, Cal and Pitt kind of have the same logo style. Blue lettering, yellow coloring. So, yeah. That's my ACC rebuild once, the next wave of realignment comes around. ACC schools are probably going to get poached. So how do you rebuild? So this is kind of how I would go about doing it. I'll see you on the next video. Deuces.